BF gang, it is your girl Brittany, and I am back with another video. So the last video that I did, I was telling you guys about my conference that was coming up on March the 4th. That conference officially took place. I'm going to drop some pictures in this video so that you guys can see how it turned out. It was absolutely amazing from beginning to end. I thought that I was going to be able to get some footage, but unfortunately I was not able to. But before I get into this video, I need you all to do me a favor. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and make sure that you hit that bell, okay? And make sure that you hit all so that you know when I or my family is on the screen. So today, y'all, I don't think I've ever did a kind of like a sit down video where I'm kind of like just talking to you guys, but you all will probably see me do these videos a little bit more. Why? Because I believe that it is my purpose, my divine purpose, to encourage. And if I'm not doing that, then, you know, what is life without fulfilling purpose, right? And so I want to encourage the parents today. So for those who don't know, I have 4 children, okay? My oldest 2, which is Harmony and Taylor. Taylor is already 16. Harmony is about to be 16. I have a 12-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. And in my home, there are so many different things that are taking place, so many different characteristics that are being birthed. You know, so many different things that my children are trying to figure out. So many things that I am trying to figure out even as being a young parent. And what I found out is that parenting doesn't come with a manuscript. And so many of us in parenting, we get frustrated and, you know, we are going on this journey trying to figure things out and trying to figure out what is best. And if you have multiple children, you're trying to figure out how to handle the different needs of the children, how you can show up for their each, because each of my children need a different side of Brittany. And so in this journey of me, y'all, I'm only 31 years old. And so with me having 4 children, I and my family and even my children, my husband, we're all trying to figure this thing out. And so there was an incident that took place in our family at the beginning of last week. And the situation kind of made me check my parenting. It kind of made me check myself to see if I was doing everything I'm supposed to do. And don't get me wrong, y'all, there is no way to be a perfect parent. There's no way to be perfect in this thing. You are continuously trying to figure this thing out. And so one of the scriptures that came to mind on last week was Proverbs 22:6. And this is a familiar passage. I'm sure if you're in church or outside of church, you've heard this scripture before. And the scripture simply reads, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." And so most of us take this scripture and we, you know, look at it in the logic, okay, we're supposed to train our children. But when you really think about train up, when you go on a new job, the person that's training you is dedicated to making sure that you know everything you need to know to fulfill that job. And I feel that sometimes as parents, we only train by means of instruction, or we only train by means of you know, telling or instructing on what should be done, but we don't do a good job of showing what should be done. And I think as parents, sometimes we have to take a seat and even be in a position where we can learn from our children. So one of the things that I have dedicated myself to doing is looking up words to find out the meaning of them. And so the word train in the Bible, train up, means dedicate. And so I went a step further than that, y'all, and I looked up the word dedicate and what does dedicate mean. And so when I look up the word dedicate, it means to devote time, effort, or oneself to a particular task or purpose. Now I have a question for y'all, okay? And this is not me being judgmental, because I am a parent as well, y'all. And like I said, there was a situation that took place in my household just last week that made me come to this particular moment that I'm in right now. And I always try my best to be transparent and things like that in my encouragement. And so I had to ask myself a question. In training up my children, have I really dedicated or devoted my time to doing that? There are a lot of things and a lot of responsibilities that we have as parents. We have the responsibility of making sure these kids get to school, making sure they get home, making sure that bills are paid, making sure that food is on the table. And these are things that we devote our time to. Work and all of those different things. But I had to really sit down and ask myself a question. Have I really devoted time and effort to training up my children, giving them instruction, taking time out to just figure out where they are and what it is that they're dealing with? What things do they have questions about? Do you know when you put effort or time into something, that means you make a sacrifice? Now, many of us, we call sacrifice the things that we do to take care of our children. But what do you do as far as sacrificing to make sure that they feel wanted, to make sure that they feel whole, to make sure that they feel like they have a need in the home besides cleaning up, besides taking care of the things that you have called them to do? Do they feel like they have relationship with us as a parent? Do they feel empty? Do they feel misused? So y'all, in my parenting, I just want to encourage you guys as parents to commit more time to actually loving on your children, understanding your children, seeing what it is that they need, seeing what it is that they go through. And I know us as parents, we be like, girl, you ain't going through nothing. You're not experiencing nothing. But they are experiencing things. It's just on a different level than us. And if you have been a child before, then you understand exactly what I'm saying. And so I want to just take the time to encourage parents. I know that this job is not easy. I know that sometimes it gets difficult. I know that sometimes we feel like giving up. But y'all, we have to be devoted. We have to be dedicated to training up these children in the way that they should go, even if they don't decide what we want them to decide. Because if we're honest about it, our responsibility is to train them up. It is their responsibility to decide what decision they're going to make. So you can train these children up perfectly, but it is still up to them to decide what decision that they're going to make. And so I just want to encourage you guys to dedicate more time to training these children up in the way that they should go. Dedicate more time, put in a little bit more effort of training these children up in the way that they should go. So when they are old, they can decide well, because they know the difference between good and evil. Evil is always going to look more better to them. But if you have trained and instructed them well, even when making the good decision, because they know this decision is good for me, but it may be hard for me, because they've been trained to make good decisions over the evil decisions. They've been trained. If they've been trained in that department, even if the good decision will be hard for them, they'll still go for what is good over what is evil. And so, yeah, I just wanted to take the time to encourage parents. You're doing an amazing job. But I believe that in every area of our lives, we could always use growth. We can never reach a point where we don't want to grow or we don't want to mature in a thing. So ask yourself the question, have you really been dedicated? Can you say that you have been as dedicated to your children as much as you are dedicated to everything else? I'm talking about emotionally dedicated to your children. Dedicated to building the right character in them. Dedicated to building the right mindset within them. dedicated to helping them speak the right things out of their mouth, dedicated to helping them grow educationally. Y'all, that takes dedication, effort. It takes dedication and effort. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys. I know that oftentimes we get so focused on being the provider and going after the things that we know they need to survive that we forget. We forget about building character, building their minds, building their spirits, building their souls. And so I just wanted to encourage you, and I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you or to cast judgment upon you, but I just wanted to encourage the parents on behalf of the children today. So I love y'all so much. I hope that this was a little bit of encouragement. Y'all stay tuned, because I'll be doing a little bit more of videos like this just to kind of dissect this thing called life, y'all. And life is not easy, and we all go through so many different stages of life. But I think oftentimes we forget to really dissect and talk about the realness of what we're experiencing and the realness of what we're going through in life. And so I'm going to take the time to be more dedicated to talking to you guys about the realness of the life of a beautiful soul, y'all, because life be lifing, and Brittany be Brittanying, and my children, they be children, and my husband, he be husbanding, okay? I'm just being honest with y'all. And so with doing life with me, I think that it's very important that I'm transparent with you guys and let you guys know how I'm feeling and what I'm going through, but to also leave a solution, because everything that we deal with, everything that we go through in life, there is a solution to every problem. So be encouraged in parenting, be encouraged in this journey of life, be encouraged in everything that you do, and knowing that there is an answer to what it is that you're going through and what it is that you're facing. All right, I love y'all. Be sure to hit that bell, be sure to like, be sure to share this with somebody. And that's all I got for y'all today, whenever you watch the video. That's all I got for you. All right, I love y'all. Peace.